When people talk about powerful countries in Asia, they usually mention Japan, Korea, and China. However, it might surprise you that Indonesia is actually one of the top economies in Asia. Situated between Greater Asia and Australia, surrounded by the Indian and Pacific Oceans, Indonesia is often called the Emerald of the Equator. What's even more impressive is that, according to data on GDP PPP, or Gross Domestic Product, based on purchasing power parity, the World Bank and International Monetary Fund, both predicted that Indonesia will become the fifth largest economy in the world. There is going to be a change in the world's economic rankings in 2024, with Asia taking over more of the top spots and some European countries moving down the list. Currently, China and Japan are in the top 5, but the prediction is that Indonesia and India will replace Britain and Germany. In this video, we'll explore Indonesia, its rapidly growing economy, and its potential to become one of the world's strongest and most surprising forces. Before we dive into that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to show your support and receive more videos like this. Now let's talk about Indonesia's rise to the top. Indonesia's growing economy. Currently, Indonesia holds the 16th spot among the world's largest economies based on nominal GDP, proudly boasting a robust GDP exceeding an impressive $1.3 trillion. Notably, Indonesia's economy has displayed admirable resilience, maintaining a steady annual growth rate of over 5% for the past 2 decades. The exception to this was a 2% economic contraction in 2020 during the pandemic, marking the first downturn since the Asian financial crisis in 1998. According to McKinsey and AMP Company's estimates, Indonesia is expected to climb to the 7th position among the world's largest economies by 2030. It's important to highlight that among Southeast Asian nations, Indonesia stands alone as the representative within the G20. Furthermore, data predictions suggest that Indonesia's economic ascent will continue, making it the 4th largest economy in the world by 2050. Indonesia's demographic dividend with young workforce. Did you know that Indonesia is the 4th most populous nation globally, boasting a population of 273 million in 2021? A striking 70% of its residents fall within the 15 to 64 age group, giving Indonesia a significant demographic advantage known as the demographic dividend. This demographic phenomenon acts as a powerful driver of economic growth and is a magnet for global investors. Historically, demographic dividends have coincided with increased foreign direct investment, and Indonesia is no exception. Impressively, 2/3 of the population is of working age, contributing to the nation's dynamic labor force. Additionally, the average age of Indonesians is 28, showcasing a vibrant and youthful demographic profile. Notably, Indonesia hosts one of the world's fastest-growing middle classes, consisting of young, optimistic, and sophisticated consumers. Currently, 55% or around 2.2 billion people in the global consumer class reside in Asia, particularly in the massive consumer markets of India and China. Indonesia is also making significant strides, with 52 million Indonesians already part of the concrete middle class. Projections indicate that by 2030, an additional 76 million Indonesians will join the consumer class, individuals who spend more than $11 per day. This surge will position Indonesia as the 4th largest consumer market globally, trailing behind industry giants like China, India, and the United States. Unlocking the benefits of the demographic dividend hinges on enhancing human capital, encompassing the skills, health, and education of the younger population. Although education stands out as a primary means to boost human capital, migration presents itself as a viable alternative or complementary strategy. By relocating to different regions within Indonesia, individuals can enhance their skills and productivity, leading to increased income, improved access to opportunities, better education and healthcare facilities, and a more secure future. Could this rationale also underpin Indonesia's decision to relocate its capital from Jakarta to Nusantara in East Kalimantan? Indonesia's nickel revolution, powering global EV ambitions and economic transformation. Indonesia is strategically advancing its economic development through the exportation of various commodities, ranging from nickel and coal to gold and copper. A notable shift in this strategy involves the government's decision to prohibit the export of mineral ores, particularly nickel, with a concurrent push for foreign investments in processing plants and smelters. This strategic move not only adds value to the country's commodity reserves, but also aligns with the escalating global demand for nickel in electric vehicle battery manufacturing. Anticipating that one-third of total nickel demand will stem from the EV sector by 2030, Indonesia recognizes the vast economic opportunities and is actively expanding production capacities across the entire EV supply chain, aspiring to become a pivotal hub for EV battery production. With the world's largest nickel reserves, estimated at 21 million tons or 22% of global reserves, Indonesia is becoming indispensable to the burgeoning global EV industry. Foreign investors, particularly from China, are heavily investing in Indonesia's nickel supply chain, focusing on the construction of smelters. The government ambitiously aims to have 30 smelters by the end of 2023, a substantial increase from the mere 2 in 2016 and the current count of 15. Indonesia's exports of processed nickel surged to an estimated $30 billion in 2022, marking a remarkable escalation from the $1 billion recorded in 2015. Projections indicate that Indonesia is poised to contribute to half of the world's increase in nickel production by 2025. Positioning itself as a crucial player in the global EV landscape, Indonesia is attracting major EV manufacturers, including Tesla from the United States and BYD from China, both reportedly finalizing deals to invest in the country. Indonesia envisions itself as one of the top 3 global producers of EV batteries by 2027, leveraging its substantial nickel reserves and a population of 278 million that presents a vast market for EV vehicles, from motorbikes to cars. However, challenges such as consumer affordability and the need for an expanded public charging infrastructure need to be addressed. The government sets an ambitious target of achieving 2.5 million EV users by 2025, reflecting the country's commitment to embracing and leading the electric vehicle revolution. Political stability and Jokowi's leadership. President Joko Widodo, widely credited for Indonesia's economic boom, has successfully maintained popularity among ordinary Indonesians and investors alike since taking office. Research indicates an impressive 70% approval rating, positioning him as one of the world's most popular democratic leaders. Widodo, affectionately known as Jokowi, even had supporters advocating for a constitutional change to enable him to stand for a 3rd term, showcasing the robust support he enjoys. Jokowi's economic track record is noteworthy, with Indonesia ranking as the 5th fastest-growing economy among the world's 30 largest since his inauguration in 2014. The GDP has expanded by a cumulative 43% during his tenure, and IMF projections suggest this growth trajectory could persist. The fund anticipates that Indonesia will be the 2nd fastest growing among this group over the next 5 years, propelling it to become the world's 13th largest economy by 2028, up from 18th in 2014. Much of this success is attributed to a significant infrastructure push, as Jokowi's government has overseen the construction of airports, ports, power plants, dams, and thousands of kilometers of roads and railways. Nonetheless, a pivotal moment awaits Indonesia's future, with the upcoming general election in 2024 marking the conclusion of President Joko Widodo's second term in the world's largest Muslim democracy. The looming questions persist. What will transpire after Jokowi steps down in 2024? Can the country sustain its economic growth trajectory? Will his successor adhere to his policies, including the ambitious plan to relocate the capital city to Nusantara? We invite you to share your insights and opinions by leaving your comments below. If you appreciate the content, kindly express your support by hitting the like button. To ensure you don't miss out on more captivating videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Your subscription ensures a steady stream of engaging content in the future.